They're like vultures, I tell you. They're just waiting for me to feed them. But I got to show you this one. Red man. There's a lot of holes in this straw. They run a wheel rake, and they tend to pick more things up off the ground, including some dirt, but these really haven't been bad for dirt. Excuse me. But yeah, he came up here and laid down while I was feeding the cows. Needless to say, it's wet outside. And I hope I count right. Last night I couldn't come up with 3 calves, but I know where they were. They were in the corner of the feed barn where I couldn't see unless I physically walked right in on top of them. This morning I think it's only 1 calf I haven't found, but could be out in the feed barn yet. Could just be my eyes ain't working that good yet. Oh, maybe a little running around. Not so much though. And yes, that little dark one, that is the loudmouth. Seems like we have one every year that's like that. Ty would know who they were over the years. I'm going to have her see if they're out of the same mama or out of the same grandma. It does get annoying when you're in here because you think something's wrong, especially, if you're out in the yard and he starts going off. But anyway, I got to bring a bale over for her. She looks better than she did now. I come in, she had her head down. Acknowledged me just by blinking, but heads up, ears are up now, so she's awake. Yeah, they all got to wake up. And I suppose we probably better go talk to the heifers a little bit. Probably should feed the dogs on the way by. That keeps them out of the way. Sorry, it's a little dark over here. But and yeah, I just give them a little lip, usually a little left in the can. Don't forget the important thing. See, I'm still waking up. Boom, we will turn this one on though. And you did not hear a Zipply Fiber commercial on the radio because the radio's not on. And I'm going to do this totally backwards this morning because I'm going to sneak in here with him, who is a brat. I swear, he is so full of shit. I got to watch where I walk. Good morning. Oh, somebody. Hey. I didn't butt you in the head or the ass. I didn't even poke him in the butt. Good morning, cowboy. I haven't heard anything on the last hair samples we sent in to him. Tomorrow will be a week since they went in the mail, and they're supposed to, you got to put 10,000. Hey! I want to butt you back. Run you over. Don't need that. He'll get bigger and do that and hurt somebody worse. He's about to. Hey. I know if I pulled the camera any further down, it's going to flop on me. But, that's enough. I know that didn't hurt him, not near as much as that headbutt to my knee just did. Well, who's going to be brave this morning? You want to eat. Oh, yes, the brat just tried to suck my thumb. She wants to eat. Who else wants to eat? I got the cowboy in the butt. Huh? Yeah, I got you. I got a hopey dope. Who else? Huh? Who else? You. Let's come back in. Come here. Come here. Ty tried burning her horns off when she was a little late and really didn't do a very good job getting the paste on. And when we preg checked and brucellosis, I think they decided there wasn't enough there, so Ty did the paste on it. That one's solid. Yeah. That's why you still have a very square head. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a square head there. Actually, Mike, what is it, Getting Greasy Garage now? He asks questions, and I appreciate that. He asked, oh, sure, she took off on me. If you notice, she has a very prominent pole. And all pole means is they're not horned. They're naturally not horned. Something that's horned, you would dehorn, and then hopefully not have anything, but obviously that didn't work out so well on you, Hope. It happens once in a while. And a couple other good examples. There's two good examples there. Since we had to get photobombed of a natural pole. And, oh shit, she's gonna come right up over here. You're hungry, I know. Right there, square head, she was dehorned. You can just almost kind of tell when she turned her head where the horn used to be. Sometimes, depending on how they're dehorned and who does it, and the animal, of course. Sometimes when they're done, are you still up here? They'll actually get a big enough chunk. All depends on shape of the head when they start, but they'll get a big enough chunk when it's dehorned that when they're healed up, they will look like they were naturally polled. I mean, sometimes if that did happen, you can feel and find where it was, but you'll never find a nub. And there's going on 8 minutes for you this morning, but God, I've covered everything, right? Including the brat that figured out he doesn't need to stick his pole up my butthole or through my knee. Anyway, back to Hopey Dope. I mean, if she sticks around, I probably won't worry about the horns. We've had a couple over the years that they did regrow. You know, from experienced guys doing the dehorning, but it happens. One was kind of like we had our own private cartoon cow. One horn went out and up just a little bit, like straight out, you know, a little wavy, kinky to it. The other went out and down, same, just like you see in the cartoon character ones. Oh, did you come up to get something? Got you. So anyway, that's probably what she'll do. Either that or they're going to go up on an angle and look funny and not look like they're a Hereford, who knows. They're hanging out over here again. I heard them all day. Now they're over here. I heard them all day, but it sounded like they were up the driveway or maybe over in there where Dad's pickup was. Anyway, nice day. At least it's a little mist now instead of raining. And before lunch, there were still no new babies. I don't know about those two. I mean, literally 2 that we've been watching for a month, thinking they were going to do it any day. Oh yeah, that's off. And tractor's in the shop. At least I got that far. I had to go help Becky in the house. She's doing a little painting. I couldn't reach part of it. Yay. I'm not a painter. I can get by painting equipment. The prep work doesn't kill me. I hate prep work. But painting in the house, I've done more than enough of it. Okay, Rain, come on in. Red, you get to stay outside though, bud. He has got so much hair hanging off of him. About 2 weeks ago, Becky ran that fancy dog vacuum over him. And he just looks like a whatever. And of course, he's been rolling in the straw. And I got the floor in here clean. I don't want all that crap. I'm trying to figure, because there's nothing on the ground here. Focus, you flicker. I took it down to hose stuff off. Before I got the hose out, there was a spot that looked like a drop of fuel. But it would have been like right there on the ground. Nothing leaking there. I mean, you know, after we rebuilt this, we had a little seepage on the pan. But the drop on the ground looked more like it was fuel. Got all the crap from driving through the meadow foxtail off for most of it. There's still some there. But you can see the engine now. And if we look in there, alternator needs to get blown out. It's all shit around the top. That's one drawback to having the enclosed engine compartment on these. And the fan being not part of it. Because there's a, I'll show you on the other side, anybody that hasn't seen it. This is how they did the 88 series. The fan is actually clear up here. Radiator, all that crap's in there. And there's a shaft that goes through. See the shaft? So there really is no airflow in here. Alternator has to have airflow. Alternator has its own fan, but in most vehicles, it's got a fan pushing a lot of air to it too. So there's times these things will eat alternators. And that's probably one reason they eat these compressors too. But I'm going to have to start seeing what I got to do and see what I got for parts for sure, just to make sure everything's copacetic. And go from there. Let's see if I can do this here. I kind of somewhat maybe confused a little, because when we get to the end with our total, excuse me, down here with our total, I swear when we were talking to him on the phone, it was going to be, you know, $500. But it says it's the conversion kit. Where'd I see it? Where'd I see it? Where'd I see it? Right there. Case IH conversion kit. Very, very well packaged, by the way. You notice the staples, and they're through into these. They're holding into the gallows too. So those staples were through 3 layers. I went to cut the tape and hit something. Wonder what I hit. Excuse me. Don't know what all we're going to find in here, but we're going to look for it. Got the paper. Come with a new expansion valve. Guess that means we may be tearing the upstairs apart. And I knew it'd come with this, because general rule of thumb is you don't put a new compressor on without a new receiver dryer. Their cap wasn't on there very well, now it's on there. Oh, a few more parts. Now I'm wondering if it's actually for the International or for the Case International. Because as far as I know, International doesn't use the copper cone washers. But the Case IH did. But it also may be a very universal kit, because this setup here is very similar to what we have on the 2294 and a 3394. And this might be a mistake. Probably should take it out of the box first, but nice cut and rub, eh? There, just rip the tape off, it's alright. Oh, another box! So I put the knife into my nose. Well, I'm seeing more of what I was expecting to see. Uh-oh, they missed a little spot. But that looks about like it should. And that looks like everything that should ought to need. And I'll probably go ahead and use the new ones. Because, well, no, maybe I don't know, I might not be able to. I have to just use what I got. Because, yeah, can't hook up to that. That would be appropriate for the Case IH though. But on this one, that fitting's actually on the end of the hose. You don't actually have a Schrader valve to shut off here. You only have here. And these are all you need to hook up anyway. Oh, dang. Oh, something else. Ah, looky there. I guess, yeah, you would need that because you're dealing with a round. But it's also mounted solid there, so I don't know. I know somewhere in here there's going to be some instructions. Hey, they're underneath everything. And I know I'm going to be not so happy if it's the wrong one. Nice new belt with a little tape stuck to it. But I'm going to need both hands. Okay. There we go. See? Third box is the magic one. Obviously, that kind of left a little mark. But I have faith it didn't do any damage inside. And no, I cannot open that thing left-handed because the clips annoy. And I'm not used to doing it left-handed. And of course, yes, the super warning. Make sure you do it all right. Yep, that's the magic number you look for here if you want to read it. You pause if you want to read it, I don't care. Or just believe me, it says all kinds of good stuff. Tells you the 7 things that you have to do before you do it. And what do we have when we get in here? Well, don't know. Figure that out later. Goes with the instructions. But there we have it. There is the little bugger. And obviously, that's them. Pack it to keep it dry down there. It's just strapped to this cardboard. But hey, that looks beautiful to me so far. So now to make sure it's going to be right. So I ended up back in the house again to help Becky. I've been kind of searching to see if there's a different kit number for the 5288, but I can't even find anything for the 5288. Kind of weird. But, I mean, they're the same original compressor. Just means the Schrader valves won't be used on top of the, well, that are on top of the compressor on the Case IHs. But I come check cows and wander through, and there's hardly anybody in the calf barn. And I kind of looked. You can look underneath that walled off gate, and I didn't see anything under there. I'm gonna guess that somebody leaned a little hard on the gate and popped the chain. They can't go anywhere. All they can do is come up here into the holding pen. But it's that gate down there. Not that I really want them up along this awesome fence that we haven't got replaced yet. But on the plus side, you know, the wood's on their side and rotten. There's still woven wire on the other side. It's still there. So, that being what it is, I'm not going to worry about going in there and kicking their butts out. As long as they got feet inside, they ain't going to worry about going anywhere else. That's what I got to say about that. Interesting things to find out. There's absolutely no pressure in the system now at all. No idea why. Well, I do kind of got an idea, because that shouldn't be full of shit in there. So I'm guessing the seal probably puked, and when you look, you know, there's shit stuck down there, and it hadn't been that long ago this thing was cleaned up pretty good. I'm having one little issue though. Every tractor we have, the receiver dryer is up front. It's not there. This line comes through here, down through there, across, up, and right in. There is no receiver dryer there. And the other line would be that one, coming back. And it goes through here with this one. And then they should go up this post. Yeah, because they don't come back to the other post. I am at a loss. I mean, this compressor's been changed before, a couple of times. Case IH dealership did it. I haven't done it. All I've done is charge it when it's been low. I think one time I actually had to evacuate it and start over. We've changed the fan a couple of times. But that means everything's up there. And on this tractor, yeah, I'll give you an idea. Everything is pretty much in line with the door. Which means you can't stand on the fender and reach it. You can't stand on the tire and reach it. The only thing you get to from the back is the filter on the back. The case IHs, the filter and the blower are all on the back, and everything else is on the front. So it looks like it's time for a couple tall ladders and pull the top off. And I'm still not sure it's the right kit, because the only thing I've been able to find online, when you go by the kit number, it mentions 90 and 94 series case IH. Well, case and then case IH. Doesn't mention this. So, I mean, the only thing I've seen is different companies had different brackets. The one that said it was actually for this tractor, the bracket didn't have these. It just had tubes welded to it here that you would bolt to. But looking at it, this one's going to have it up where it belongs, because it's got to get up about that high, which that'll do it, to not run into the injector lines. And it does mention that this kit is made for the rotary injection pumps. So, that being said, maybe it's close enough. But at any rate, I'm kind of at a loss at the moment. We don't have a book that shows any of that, so it means tear apart and find stuff. And I can't find any air conditioning diagrams online. No, other than your typical, yeah, the compressor's here, the condenser's there, the evaporator's there, and you know, but they all show everything where it is on everything else. So, and there's nothing else in here. I mean, it'd be stupid to put it here. And I have looked from this side with a flashlight
And I can't find where any lines come up here, but I can't see anything in there either. And Becky needs help once again, and it's time to feed, so I guess I'm done with this today. Didn't even put a wrench to it, other than taking the side panel off the other side. And I probably got enough video, so thank you for watching, and we'll find out what this nightmare entails later. I love my life, I love my life, I love my life. Anyway, hope you all had a great Sunday. Hope everybody has a great Monday. Obviously, I am really hoping that's the right kit. I mean, realistically, it's the right connections. The only difference is, instead of being up here, they'll set about right here. But it's not like that's going to be an issue. It's going to drop the lines down right here, which, you know, maybe someday to prime it, that might be an issue, but I don't know. And if I have to, I can tweak these a little bit as long as I don't break it loose here. So that's what I know. Thanks for watching.